So the word on the street is pay your tax. And that's all. Of course, Nigeria's finance minister was at the PwC roundtable yesterday here in Lagos to clarify matters around the VAIDS, which is the Voluntary Asset Declaration Scheme, which is called tax amnesty. But of course, you've seen in the news this morning, the authorities are going after estimated 150 million money bags, Nigerians who are expected to pay bags in taxes. So if you're a money bag, your taxes should also be in bags as hefty. So we're talking about the rich man tax and a poor man tax. And that's why Gabriel Idahosa is here, who is the managing consultant at Uhimaji. Good morning, sir. Thanks for having you here.
Good morning, boss.
Now we're going to get to the poor man tax and rich man tax, whether there should be a difference between what a poor man pays and what a rich man pays. But let's start with the basic understanding. You're a tax audit professional. So when you say tax, what does it really mean?
It's what is due from the individual or the organization in the society. It can be the local government, the state, the federal government. What is due from you to the treasury? What
is taxable?
Income.
Income. Hold on a second, sir. With due respect, what is income? How do you define income in a very large population of poor people?
Okay, if you work, your income is your salary, whatever it is. If you own your own business, your income is what you get from that business, less the expenses. You create your net after removing your expenses is your income.
So, if I am self-employed, and by definition of self-employment, I'm a shoemaker, or a cobbler, or a mechanic, roadside mechanic, or I'm just an artisan, is that work? Is it taxable because I earn income from it?
Anything you do.
And everything.
Anything and everything you do that you are paid for. Once you are paid for anything you do, it's income. If you don't spend any money, the entire income is taxable.
So I'm going to go down as low as I can get in this conversation, because we need to understand it. When you go to Lagos, for example, and in several other parts of Nigeria, in motor parks and in big markets like Okeari Market or Idumagbo, for example, and you find able-bodied men and women who engages in baggage carrying, as it were, whether there are yams or boxes of goods. Should they pay tax?
That should be taxed.
That should be taxed.
If you're a car wash, you're washing a car on the street.
The car wash boy.
It's income.
And about 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira per day. So if I work there 30 days a month, technically I make 60,000. Technically, rough. Yes. I should pay tax on that 60,000 as a car wash boy.
Yes. Yes, that's what the law says. But the law now says that some amount of that income is exempted from tax. So that's why it gets complicated. The law says for every income you earn, some of it is not taxable to take care of your basic family obligations, your life insurance, and a couple of things. So when all of that is taken out, the net taxable income is what is now taxed.
I don't want to understand this a little bit further. It's going to be very simple questions, very straight answers. So, in other words, if I am just an artisan, for example, at what point, maybe I'm a student, a college student, in a university, well, my father, my mother, parents, guardians pay my school fees. So, should I be taxed, or should I file tax papers?
That's where we ought to be, and that's where we are going. In some parts of the world, once you're admitted into a university, from your first year, you start filing your tax returns.
Even though
because you earn part-time income in the compound, you are working, you are doing small research assistant, and you are getting paid, you file your tax.
So if I'm a university student, an undergraduate, and I work in the school library, for example, or the furniture, or in the kitchen, and the school authorities pay me, well, XY amount of money for doing that, in addition to my being a student, I should start filing tax papers to the authorities, to the taxman.
Yes, filing does not mean you pay, but you file that my school fees is 50,000 naira, but I earn 5,000 or 10,000 from working in the library, so it's less than my school fees, so I don't pay tax. But I have to file that I have earned income, but I have not earned enough to pay tax. So that's the first, the base. You have to file that you are an existing economic actor. You are acting in the economy. You are active in the economy in one way or the other. Therefore, the tax base recognizes that you are there, you are making losses, your income is not good enough, so you cannot pay tax, but you are recognized. At some point when your income goes up, the tax does not have to look for you because you are already there. And that's what the government is trying to say. If you don't earn any income, you still file. You have to file that.
So you are in the database, what you call the tax database.
You have to get in there, whether or not you earn enough. Because in Nigeria, we didn't have that. And government is now fighting to find, you have to tax a business or an individual you can locate. If I'm doing business in Okeari Market and I don't exist in the tax base, you can't tax me. So if I move from being Okeari Market, I set up a shop, I start growing and become a big businessman, I have 20 shops in Okeari and employing several assistants working for me, I still don't exist.
In a typical sense, the days, for those who were aware of the days of the Oshodi Oke and Oshodi Saleh, days with multitudes, hundreds of thousands perhaps, legations every day. So the tax people could just go there and grab those who are hawking what we call ice water or pure water here and say, hold on a second, you're selling gala in a very small box, and just grab you and say, hey, where are your tax papers? Would that be correct?
No, the way it should work is that they don't have to go there and grab you.